What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dubblup. Welcome to the channel. Today, we just pulled up at the gym. I'm gonna take y'all through leg day. Now, if you know anything about me and how I work out, my training style is a little bit unorthodox. So I'm gonna walk you through each and every level of this particular training session right here. We're gonna be lifting heavy. We're gonna be doing plyometrics. We're gonna be doing explosive movements. So I wanna make sure that you get the details of each and every movement so you can apply this to your training style and get the results that you're looking for. Now, as always, please make sure that you slam that subscribe button, turn on notifications, because I want to get this information to you. I want to make sure that you can apply it to your training sessions, that you can apply it to your fitness goals, and that you can get to the places that you're trying to be. Outside of that, we're about to get busy. Make sure you get yourself some water. I'm going to take you through a warm-up, get you nice and loose, nice and limber, and then we're going to crank up this workout. Let's get it. What's good, y'all? Welcome to today's training session. Now, as I mentioned, we're working legs. But before we get into lifting anything heavy, we're gonna warm up. Now, my warm-up style follows the corrective exercise continuum. So the first thing that we do is foam roll. I love foam rolling because if you're an athlete like myself, or if you train frequently, right, you get tight muscles, and those tight muscles will inhibit you from moving through the full range of motion, which at the end of the day is gonna limit your heavy lifts. So the first thing we're gonna do is foam roll. I like to foam roll, starting with the hips, then we move down to the hamstrings, and then I like to get the calves. Okay, it's very important that you foam roll your calves. Basically what we're doing here is breaking up the muscle so that any tension that's in there is nice and loose, but more importantly, you're not having overactive muscles that create compensations in your form that will ultimately lead to injury. Okay, once you get that side, let's work our way back up, foam roll the calves, the hamstrings, and then back into the hips. Now, after we complete our foam roll, we go into static stretches. So pretty much the muscles that we loosened up with the foam roll, we're now going to lengthen. Now, people might have conflicting views when it comes to stretching before lifting heavy, but me personally, I will never go into a heavy lift cold. I just can't do it. And I don't recommend you doing that either, okay? So what we're gonna do is basic stretches to make sure that we're lengthening the hamstrings, lengthening the quads, and that you're able to move through the full range of motion in each of these movements. Now, speaking of full range of motion, once we've completed our static stretch, now we're gonna go into a movement-specific stretch. So in this case, we're going to be warming up with squats. So we're going into bodyweight squats. Now, these aren't meant to be intense or anything like that. In fact, do them as slow as possible and focus on your form, focus on following the correct range of motion, making sure that you can get as low as you can in your squats. Now, this is where you're gonna find your limitations. If you're tight in your hamstrings, you're tight in your quads, if you don't have the mobility in your hip, you won't be able to get as low as somebody who has that type of flexibility, you understand? So it's important that you kind of play with that range of motion before you get under the bar. Next, we're going to move into a warm-up using our rack squat. Now, for me, like I said, I have an unorthodox training style, so I like to get my heavy lifts out of the way at the very beginning. Now, the science behind this is because today we're focusing on explosiveness, we're focusing on stability, and we're focusing on power. Now, it's my belief that once you burn these muscles out, the way that your body adapts to whatever follows that is how you create that stability. It's how you create that power, because you're pushing through already depleted muscles. It's all a mental thing, baby. So I want you to think about a weight that you can squat for 10 reps on the bar, okay? You're gonna hit that for 20 reps. Let's get it. Now for me, like I said, we're going right into heavy squats. I consider this to be a warm-up. So for me, I'm packing on 315 for 10 reps. The reason I'm doing this, as I mentioned before, is to kind of burn out the legs to get them ready for the stability and explosive power movements that we're gonna do afterwards. But it also, in my opinion, is better than steady state cardio. It gets your heart rate up and it gets you prepared for the work that we're about to do here. So 10 reps at 315 is what I'm moving right here, but I want you to find a weight that's challenging for you. As you can see, I'm using my weight belt. Make sure that you're maintaining proper form. If you can't maintain proper form with the weight that you're using, back it up a little bit. There's no shame in that. I'd rather you work with proper form at a weight that's not Instagram worthy than for you to try to do too much and hurt yourself at this state in the workout, all right? All right, now that we got our squats complete, go ahead and take yourself 2 or 3 minutes of a break, let that blood flow restore to your legs, and then we're going into split lunge progressions, okay? So we're gonna start off easy with body weight. As you can see, I got some weights here, and we're gonna add to this, all right? So just follow along. The first thing we're gonna do is nice and simple with body weight, maintaining form. If you're not quite here yet, you could turn these into simple lunges, but I really want you to challenge yourself. So make sure that you have one leg elevated. This is a little bit under knee level, okay? That's about perfect for you. When you drop down into your split lunge, you wanna keep the weight on the front heel. Bring the back knee down as far as you can. Drive through this leg, power up, squeezing the glute at the top, okay? So let's go into 10 on one side, and then we're gonna switch up and get 10 on the other. Perfect. All right, after those squats, that's already burning up, but that's good. We're gonna take a 30-second breather right here. You're welcome to take a longer breather if you need to. We just wanna make sure that we're restoring blood flow to those legs so that you're able to use them again, all right? So now we're gonna progress this a little bit. We're gonna use the weight that we have right here. I have 15 pounds on either side. So we're gonna turn this into now a weighted split lunge, 10 reps on each side. You ready? Let's hit that. Remember, keep your chest up, shoulders back, press through the heels, and go. Legs, and hit it. All right, perfect. So hopefully you got through those with no pain in the knees, no pain in the hips or ankles. If you did, put something in the comments right here so I can actually kind of take a look at what you got going on. Maybe I can help you with your form. But outside of that, we're gonna level it up a little bit. So this next one is advanced. If you're not quite here, that's totally fine. You can just go back into the body weight split lunges, or you can go into regular lunges. It's completely up to you. But now we're gonna add a plyometric element to it. We're gonna add a hop. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna see me wince a little bit, but it's okay. Elevate your leg. You're gonna make sure when you're dropping down again, back knee comes all the way down. This time, power up right there, okay? Give me 10 on each leg. Ready? And hit it. Good. Switch legs. All right, now for the grand finale, we're gonna combine everything that we just did. We're gonna come down with the weights into a split lunge, bring the weights back down, and then power up into a split lunge hop. So I'm gonna show you. Leg elevated, right here, down. Bring it up, set it down, power up, down, up, power up, right there. 5 on each leg. Woo, it ain't easy. Woo. Woo. All right, y'all. Take a minute breather after those split lunges, and we're gonna move on to kettlebells right here, okay? So if you don't have kettlebells, it's totally fine. You can also do this movement with a dumbbell, all right? This is a combination that's gonna employ power, it's gonna employ resistance, and it's also gonna have an explosive movement in your squat jump. So we're piecing together 3 movements. They're gonna be a squat jump, a sumo squat with the kettlebell into an RDL, okay? So I'm gonna show you how that looks, okay? We're gonna start with the sumo squat. Make sure you drop the hips low, chest up, power up, bring it back down from this base, jump, land, RDL, up, down, reset, squat, jump, up, RDL, okay? As I mentioned, you can do it with a dumbbell as well. So how that's gonna look, again, chest up, keep the weight behind the toes, drop the hips, straight up, down, jump, up, and then reset, RDL, right here, back up. So we're gonna run through that sequence 5 times through, all right? Follow with me. Make sure you keep your core tight. If you're feeling any tightness in your lower back, I recommend lowering the weight or even doing this with your body weight. You can do this with your body weight. Just make sure that your hinge, engage the hamstrings, drive through the heels as you come up, squeeze the glutes at the top, all right? We're gonna run through 5 repetitions on this one and take a 30-second break. Ready? Let's go. Now, as I mentioned before, I hate steady pace cardio. So we're gonna burn out this leg day with box jumps. So as you can see, I got set up 36 inches on the box jump. I want you to challenge yourself. Now, obviously, after burning out your legs the way that we have during today's session, you're probably not gonna be able to jump as high as you normally can. That's why here at this gym, we've got soft boxes. If you don't have soft boxes, or if you don't have anything to jump on, I want you to do squat jumps. Just stay in place and do squat jumps. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna burn out 10 reps, squat jumps as high as you can get. Take a small break in between. So for your box jump form, here's some things that I want you to keep in mind, all right? We're using momentum. As you come up, bring yourself back, and we're gonna drive up, down, and drive up. Once you land on top of the box, I want you to land softly. And what I mean by that is with bent knees, all right? So, how your squat jump looks in practice, come back, up, and stand straight up. Then you step down, and we're gonna go through 10 reps just like that, all right? Let's hit those squat jumps, baby. That's it, baby. I don't know about you, man, but I feel good. Like I said, my training style is a little bit unorthodox, whereas I'm not a huge fan of machines. And I'm not a huge fan of boring movements, so I like to mix everything up. You train like an athlete, because here's the thing. You know, I feel like a lot of the movements that we do in the gym should have some sort of functional or practical use in real life. I mean, obviously, there's not going to be a moment where you're going to have 315 pounds on your neck where it's necessary to push to your legs. And there will rarely come an occasion when you're gonna have to jump up 3 feet just for the sake of doing it. But to have the strength and the power in your legs to accomplish these movements is one thing, but the muscular development that comes along with creating these functional movements and like really mastering these movements not only keeps you strong and powerful, but it contributes to your weight loss, to your fat loss, because maintaining these big muscle groups in your legs, it requires energy, okay? Which raises your metabolism. It pumps your heart faster, pushing blood to these muscles just to maintain them. So having lean legs in these big muscle groups is necessary. So I highly recommend that you take a look at what you're doing in the gym and think about why you're doing it. Why am I doing the leg extension this way? Because I want to strengthen my quadriceps. But you can also strengthen your quadriceps with lunges, okay? You saw what we were doing with the split lunges, right? Like that really lights up the quadriceps, okay? But you're doing it in a way that not only lights up the quadriceps, but gets core engagement. You're also using the hips, your glutes, a little bit of your hamstrings in that motion, and it's very powerful. Blasting up on the 3 feet box jumps is important because you have that blood flow that's pushing to the legs. It's explosive movement. It gets your heart rate going, and you don't have to spend as much time in the gym. However, you're getting as much, if not more, of that effect that you get from those simple workouts that you do lifting weights, using machines and things like that. So if you have any questions, by all means, put them in the comments. I love to converse about this. As you know, this is my life. But more importantly, how can I help you? What did you get out of this particular video? Were you able to put these movements in motion? I really want to hear from you guys. Sound off in the comments. Shoot me a message. You can follow me on Instagram so you can see more workouts like this on a daily basis. You know I really love bodyweight movements. It's kind of the bread and butter of how I operate. But just on top of that, hit subscribe. Let's stay connected. Double up, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.